Hi everybody, I've taken the control board out of my Xiaomi clone scooter. This is the motherboard section. Here are the MOSFETs, the 6 MOSFETs to give the phase control to the brushless DC motor. Over here, this socket here is the battery connection, the positive and negative battery connection from the battery bank. Down over here, top plug is our Bluetooth, middle plug is our interface for the motor control, goes up to the throttle, etc. Bottom plug there is for the tail lamp control. So you can see that I've definitely had moisture in the back of this. This piece of card here sticks onto the back of the circuit board here. I'll turn it over in a moment. This little red line here is the temperature sensor to detect if the power transistors are overheating. I presume it goes into some sort of a shutdown or limp mode if they overheat to protect the system. This is the little plastic cover that goes over the panel. Well, it actually goes over the board here. And by the way, those 3 spade terminals there are the main terminals that go to the motor. Okay. Yeah, so this has got the little clips here on the sides. Got to be a little bit careful. Just be careful when you take this off that you don't pull them back too hard and snap them. These little pieces here where the wire runs behind. There's a little cable runs behind there. I think it's the one that goes to the tail lamp. And here's our heatsink casing, and you can tell that I actually had quite a bit of moisture down in here. This is quite corroded in there. It looks like it's been heavy moisture in there for some time, which sort of worries me, but I don't know how that actually happened. I've always kept the scooter inside the house, so I can't see how it would have been that bad. So, you know, if you're using your scooter a lot more rigorously than I am outdoors, etc., you probably need to have a look at this. It could be in quite a bad way. This, by the way, goes directly onto the frame, the chassis of the scooter foot area, pedal area, to help dissipate the heat. So this bolts on with these 3 bolts here onto the scooter body. This all fits inside. This fits down inside here. And this little rubber section here is what sits over the transistors. Okay, it's just a little, I guess it's like a little vibration pad there. It's rubber. Probably get a bit of vibration on these. They probably don't want these to actually fatigue any of the solder connections over time. So yeah, that's the inside of my little motor control module that is faulty. Okay, it's faulty in that it works and it doesn't work. So it's not it hasn't gone out completely, but it's lost its reliability, and I've decided to purchase a new one. I was going to buy one on eBay, but in the end I ended up going to Alibaba and got one there for about $25 New Zealand. So I'm quite happy with that price. Now on the back here is where the problem seems to be. You can see here how the surface coating has pulled away onto the back of the card here. So that card there basically sits like this. It sits like this. Okay, so these spots here are the pieces that have pulled away from the surface of the board. Now I've seen some of these online where they've blown the track apart here. So I haven't got that problem. So the transistor section seems to be okay. My problem appears to be up here. These connections just here, one of them is actually blown through. It's a bit hard to see on the phone here, but there is actually a piece of the track here, a very fine piece of track that runs along this edge here that is actually burnt away, that I could easily jumper, I think. So what I'll do is I will attempt to repair this and keep it as a spare, but I am going to be putting in a complete new module when it arrives. So I'm going to remove these components here, capacitors and line inductors down through here. Take those 4 components off, okay? Carefully remove those. And that would allow me, well, certainly these ones at this end anyway, that would allow me to tidy up the board there and to put a little jumper across the missing piece of track and to resolder those connections, because this one here particularly is in quite a nasty way, and I'm sure that's not helping the situation. That one there also on the end. These are the shiny ones. I'm pretty happy with those. That's the situation I'm looking for. Have them nice and shiny. Have a nice, if you like, a wet connection there once the solder goes off. Whereas this is what we sort of say is more of a dry joint down through here, which is mainly due to corrosion that I can tell anyway. So I think in some cases you're able to replace blown transistors. I've seen people do that, and you may not have an issue down here. This is mainly moisture for me. You may have the more classic issue where it causes the track here to burn open once we lose a transistor or two. You can buy these transistors as individual components online and solder those in. Mind you, for the price and the time taken to do this, it's more of an interest exercise. The complete replacement module is actually quite affordable, and you know, along with the battery bank and the throttle controller and dashboard, there's not much really to these scooters. Oh, of course, the motor. So I've got to wait about 4 weeks for this part to arrive. I'm going into holiday season now. It's December, getting close to Christmas. I won't be using the scooter anymore for work because we're finishing off work for the year shortly. And I will just be able to leave the scooter in storage until my component arrives here. And then when I get the component, I'll do a little video of boxing it all up again and a little road test to show you everything going good again. So there you go, that's the inside of the Xiaomi and the Xiaomi clone e-scooters. Sometimes there's another one called a Mi brand. So they go under a few different labels. Little bulbs there for the electrolytic capacitor. Seems to be in good condition. Big capacitor there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're all in the Christmas spirit as we're counting down. What, about 9 days, I think, now to Christmas Day, so that's excellent. And I'll catch you a little later in another video.